Well, my mama wakwaba beam Emra TV Ghana is so and then the first time I'll share me and I and the first time I will team me and I'm a person my minister be subscribe to the channel. Me patrol we are no like ya fi share now do comment at the comment section as usual. No ma kind Eddie mamu. Of course our man has done it again. Na ene no why expose Felix Ofosu tikesia nyansa nim why expose no poto ewo asempa esona osebo so ne host show ina there was a conversation about lies NDC for eka. We know say NDC for control, but there are some people in NDC their job there is to deliberately tell lies and try a bit hard to say ebusuya otewa no befa so what I say but ye become no na entisa. That is when learned people start to discern, not just grassroots as get fees and then bon now omon ko deep no to say some of the NDC supporters no na omoba as usual no be too true egu amanfo ani and people will be I more fire more be to say Kevin Taylor say be on wejimi obi anim say Kevin Taylor dey wejimi into no we wouldn't waste time on that stupid man, but I say obi oye nani it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Untimi magana or yena do so be say Ghana ha eyi oduru kotonu border no so a plane bisi kotoka na ache no until any know them e won sabam. Ontimi si Ghana, I tell you, I dare him to come to Ghana and Kobete. And then Dennis Miracles Abuaji and then they will Felix Ofosu Kwakye esken asiama and papa na fi untimi ntenase ma Felix kind of saying ma Dennis en kasa na won kyerɛ wo nsɛm a or yes or kasa no wasona no yes or kasa no wasona no. Meanwhile they really know say the attacks they are launching against on Bawumia no, they are all false because they are afraid of him. Now, per se, how do I put it? If you want to scare the NDC, just mention Bawumia's name. You are done. Weji. Omuti Bawumia dimpe ayese ufe tete wono wo fie pa na wodi nsemo na papa eba. Inya papa na eba na chese wuyem. Toilet bi ebede onu nyame penenim. Now yenkotie ensema akoso eye odua ebiti mu na mempese meka ho asem bibiri yenkotie bibi kakra ye ba ya kenyina no ye de beto aso de ama meka o se ha TV Ghana yinti bimra
akwa abana pom te say
obi ejo so nyame adome
ye da nyame ase
eja ohwese ne a efi ndra Dr. Bawumia bonu be se wewura NDC for skin na se a wa to say omunyina ye see me banyina na metie Felix be better metie na you can clearly see say this is a political party that was empty in government and then they still remain empty in opposition.
But as I watch reactions to the speech and across the border, a positive mamu.
Absolutely. You see, the people of Ghana have learned their lessons. The echoes were almost fear lessons. All this blabbing, will be there. Their fellows here knew. The ancestors in year 2007 and 2008. Felix's ancestors. They did it NDC for. They did the same thing in 2008. When they took over in 2009, by the time they were living in 2016, this country was on its knees. The boss. What's your kana Bawumia. And the boss. For the entire 4 years, the boss by President Obi. 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, not even a single year new improvement in our economy. In fact, each of the years got worse until went to IMF. He's right. Say, between 2000 and comparatively, so compare 2010 to 2012 to Omomuhua, he's right. Under Professor Mills, for almost about Obi, I think about 3 years continuous, Professor Mills recorded
single 2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years, right?
Yes.
Obi, ever since Professor Mills, may God keep his soul. Unfortunately, former President Debunking Mahama, I do my wish and for each of the years, the economy got worse. Each of the years. Sure.
But he makes the point that our 2 year stability, Now JM the head of the economic management.
JM, which year has JM ever been head of economic management team.
President
Mills,
economic vice president.
President Mills, economic management. When the members of the economic management team. When President Mills was in power, did you ever hear say President Mills economic management team where they head and where they members? In fact, you interviewed a friend and saying Dr. Dufo. Didn't he tell you that John Mahama wasn't the head of any economic management team? He told you here in this seat.
Rade, Ebusia, Ejana Shasi Tobana. We are exposing Mahama and NDC in a way that each and every discerning Ghanaian will understand that wherever Mahama stands to speak, baby Mahama Bijina Kasabiano, Uchantro. Baby Mahama Bijina Akasabiano, you should know say Uchantro, including his communicators like Felix Ofosu Kwakye. Sami Jenfikwa de Enkana Asemuha, because we all know him to be a liar.
The video is still online. So what are you talking about? Another be a Felix Bakabi.
Question.
But you interviewed the finance minister under Professor Mills.
Yeah.
The man who steered affairs under Professor Mills, who told you, say, John Mahama was never head of any management team. He was never a member of any economic management team in the first place. And you are here saying, say, Felix. But he's lying. Before you interviewed him here, the video, I even shared it. Wasn't before the finance minister under John Mahama. Didn't you interview before during his flag bearership way? Didn't he tell you, said John Mahama was never
Asempa FM
and never any head of any economic management? In fact, Professor Mills and Bresso, what's the economic management team? What's the did you hear it? And see, don't let me digress. And then you want some count. You see, this time, you know, we are not like our ancestors. So, people for the new generation, Gen Z, you know, we are not like our ancestors who would clear the path for you. Obi, it is a fact. A matter of fact to say, John Mahama was vice president who was never anywhere close to the management of the economy. Then eventually in 2012, unfortunately, we lost the president. And then the vice president came to tell us, oh, you know, maybe vice president, Mr. Shemo, Madaroma, Momamin Tuasu, Monsieur, maybe, I just say, and Felix, and some say, and some they say, and they talk about John Mahama. Obi, the kind of economy John Mahama ever saw mu as president in 2010. Now, ABC 2012, now inflation now about 8.8. 2013, your mama they call 13.5. 2014, or the inflation call 17. 2015, or the call 17.7. 2016, or the call 15.4. Whatever the case is, the inflation that your mama inherited in 2012 was between 8% to 9%. Ever since he became president, for each of the years that John Mahama was president, inflation got worse. Not a single time in Mahama's presidency, not even 1 year in Mahama's presidency, you know, to me, the inflation ever under control. In fact, inflation climbed from single digits to 13.5 to 17 to 17.7 to 15.4. Bam, any educator IMF. Not even.
Now, all this while, not doing is a Casano. Felix was there, waiting me and can't wait to defend and someone no one can about Mahama just at this same interview. So if a man like Felix Ofosu Kwakye ultimately will be requested them, Eba Bekachere will say to Obama Mahama na Mahama na beat me Abuwa Ghana. You should know where he's coming from. And it's so pathetic that people are falling for these lies of the NDC. Amount for the na me amahwe hu say on. I think it be before nankasa yempenokre. It be before ma study ade bi hu say ye git ntro di utwa ntro chew nua o gi enu di chan say obeka no kre na che no obeka che say on penasem. Enu bi na NDC for yen. Yenkoso.
Even a single moment in his life as a president. Can he put his chest out and say, Ghana for me bedi or mampenino? I didn't miss someone and I'm with the mammy and me ye be paying. Me to be a bibi, papa ba pe. And based on that, you know, into the motion so yeah, they enter Obama. Obi. So the GDP no normally you can pesa e oil de no kra be dey e be kan hwe 2012 Ghana's GDP with oil was about 8.42%. Without oil was about 7.83%. 2012. And this is the economy. John Mahama ebeji ya obeye president. Nti me fa say 8.42, 7.83. 2013, or the cost 7.24 with oil, or the cost 6.69 without oil. Obi, 2 years down the line, just 2 years down the line of John Mahama becoming president. You know? Now we're moving Ghana's GDP now. It was growing at 8.42%, you know, or they call 2.86, 2.49 in 2014. 2.86 with oil, 2.49 without oil. In 2014, just 2 years. Just 2 years. 2015, it's also take off him, equal 2.12, 2.13. Obi, throughout the month's period in office as president, the economy went into turbulence. This is a matter of fact, too. Not a single indicator under John Mahama as president did we see any single improvement in our economy.
Now, my question is, if Mahama did all this to bring the country on its knees, let me say this. Only obi adwuma na wama niska self fire de we no wentimi anye. Niska nefa nensasia. Would you trust the person or entrust the person to give him more to do that? I don't think so. Be sad, right? I think that is why Sami Jenfi doesn't want to meet Dennis Miracles Abuaji one-on-one when it comes to Yenka economy, because Sami Jenfi will always lie, and this man sitting down here, Dennis Miracles Abuaji, will always expose them. The NDC, Mahama, whoever that he meets. That is why Sami Jenfi always runs away from this man. Looking at the situation, because he is giving us facts day in, day out. And these NDC communicators have nothing to say. But then, omushia NPP communicators na fe no mo fefe na no ma shase no mo bugu omu na ona obunze omu ya ira kukumu ni no ma shase. Yes, one is cooking him and he made him regret. Come on. But meanwhile, you know the truth. And man in your say Mahama say sebi NDC for no money me na oma dwene mu na wo yi no etu abama Mahama na yemfa nse Mahama be president ya yira kokumu eno mbaba be ministers mbaba be occupy positions we mo ye di ombu man na ye yentwa Dennis nkomo no so me de pa yentwa so.
It was as a result of symbolic management of the economy ninti in a sikakwa no be top fuel diesel a good generator mu ekra power electricity am ekra no nya no otiaso most of you do. So let me tell you, when we were in opposition, we were constantly on record telling you, say, the crisis that we found ourselves in Ghana had nothing to do with capacity, any generation. It has never been, because all they did was that Omokwaman said just so eco-free generators. Are you now aware? Are you now aware? Power purchasing agreement, and you're free, eco-free. It was easy. They went out there during the crisis, told people, say, Munim, Yepekania, Mumbesiba, Yebetia, and Kakrakra, Yepekania, Mumbesiba, Yebetia, Obi, almost see generators, no, baby, power plants, no, baby, across the country. And it was easy because they were not paying for it. To the extent that I do, baby, no, Obi, now capacity, no, power plants, no, power generator, no, broso. It's almost to be seen. I feel almost to be seen. I saw those Sika Koto BMW. What to can you know? Second, Uncle sent to me run up a day and to me friends won't go in day and found Quabonte. You need to buy fuel into the BMW now. Do Sika day. A cotton when put there because what say we economy not saying into when yes, crown got you know, uko free. Ah, you go so you go suit your uncle into you. Uko free in Naba, you go suit your uncle into you. What the baby no fuel allowed the good power in Mobi. Unisika or the better. And that is the reason why we slept in darkness for 2 years. The only reason why we slept in darkness in this country was that this incompetent NDC, they are blabbing, talking plenty. When they had power, they couldn't do anything. No? When they had the chance, all they did was that in our crisis moment, omuko free power ni beguho, omuko free buy and obi. Aka, I'm friend saying, fu on the tree. Fuel, fan, war, would be good generators, no more power, electricity, obi. Just because of fuel, that is why we slept in darkness.
But by the time, no, not.
Before say Obi Bebem no. So we Mama didn't actually buy these generators, these power plants are ya kukumune. Same Jenfi Munu na Momo Keka said Mahama solved Doomso no. That is why every time we hear power badge, we hear power plants coming to Ghana. Yashepe power badge, Yashepe power plants, Ghana. Enti ebedu no munchiaka oma free. Enti free na de buy now. Wuni waka de na de be so light no. How the hell did you solve Doomso? God. Let's yenti the last part of this. Na audio nuwa yebesi aba beto aso. Yes, yebesi aba beto aso. Yenti bibi kakra ento aso na afi. Yemfensi na afi mrepem no. Ya hedi aka ni nyina afiri.
Without any addition of generation capacity, no, anchor resolution of the problem.
Obi,
it was money was the problem, and then
you see, we are not foolish.
Yes,
we are not foolish.
Yeah.
If you go and borrow somebody's vehicle to your house, and doesn't mean that when you're home, ukosere obi car ebe si ufia, and not just when you're home. And so obi, when we are fine pamwa, and to open BMW na make one sem, oba no, what you ope kwa befa so obe tukwaye free koko memli akọ Madina. Ina oba me ho. Ina mede me BMW no FM wo. Ina si ufie. Afi wo so no pa. E kwan be na BMW no befa so do akọ Madina wo se ma solve problem no nya sabe no wo. Obi asema wo kempai. Wei akola kra ka che no be di. E se se wo tukwan kọ Madina. E se wo nya car na wo de kọ Madina. First of all, who needs car de beto car no. Second, who needs car so de beto fuel. Ne mom me ya wunu ya me ya wadanfo. Into ba me ho. Se me fa me car ne mfem wo. Ena me de car ne fem car ne be si fie no afa so no pa sika no beto diesel egubu akomade na wunya wo se ma solve problem no. Which kind of childish a friend is saying explanation is this? Wo se ma solve problem no. Enti car ne be si wona afia no pe bia sorry a na wo hwe car nanim enso wa ketre fie on to me komade na no. Wei ye catch up akola ban. That is the image you are painting for the people of Ghana. Wei ye catch akola ban. Enti for 2 good years and I had the capacity buyer, and he had the generators buyer, and he had the generators buyer. Obi, for 2 good years, you couldn't give us power. Only for you to leave power. Now there is electricity. Said we solved it.
Then so DM na mentoa so ha na ensem na waka no ebusuafo imudo papa. I now understand why Sami Jenfi runs away from Dennis Miracles Abuaje whenever it comes to a debate. Let's meet on a radio station, let's meet on a TV station. He doesn't want to accept the invitation because when him say Dennis Miracles Abuaje ebe exposing more than Ofosu Kwakye wa hai ebusua ensema papa yi edi ato dwani eden na wadwen say na wadwen si ye efa ho. Did Mahama really solve Doomso? Anase entro eno mu twakere Ghana fo fa wadwenche eto comment section na making kai fa mamidin ene na nakwame eto ahina hi TV Ghana subscribe we are like it afi share story no na wiase afa na nyina obi anya bi share me patcho we are notification bell miaso send a be story you will be the first to receive yours, and then not what they were drinking about be the first to comment. Na ya to us of course my name remains Nana Kwame. It's one here at TV Ghana. As I said earlier, me chat me about me ba ye betos.